We have distinguished guests here today, and I'm so pleased. You know, one of the great aspects of the Renaissance Society is that we are affiliated with Sacramento State. And we have invited President Wood. You can probably all imagine from just reading the newspapers why he is unable to join us today. But I know that he is thinking of us, and he has been very supportive of us. So we thank President Wood. We are honored to have our Dean Emerita, Diane Heisen, from the College of Social Sciences and Interdisciplinary Studies. She has been a fabulous supporter of the Renaissance Society, and we will be joined later by our wonderful interim dean, Maria Andriga. She will be joining us later. She let us know that. And making the grand entrance was Robert Peretti, right there, from the College of Health and Human Services. And I don't know, do we have a representative from the Computer Science and Engineering Department? I wasn't sure if we were going to. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Fine, Susan. Yeah. Okay. Congratulations to Susan. All right. And then we, in addition, we have our Diversity and Inclusion Award recipients. One of our recipients had a horrible accident, snowshoeing accident, and he's simply not, he's well, he's fine, but he's just not well enough to be here today. So that's Phil Ho, the name on the screen. But we are honored to have Priscilla and Ginger, and we will be introducing them a little later. And we are also honored to have members of the ASI Food Pantry, which is one of our favorite people, are the ASI Food Pantry people, right? Okay. So before we go any further, let's have a huge round of applause for our tech people, Chris Smith. Yes. Those cheers are well-deserved. And Mike Pidd, who's going to be doing a video for us here in a little bit. Really, we could not do this without all of you. So, okay, so at this point, Ryan and the Food Pantry folks are really busy. It's finals, and they've got to get going. So we are going to have Ryan Choi from the ASI Food Pantry speak to us for a few minutes.
Thank you, Deborah.
Anywhere from there.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the warm introduction, Deborah. I'm so glad to be here. I'm with Lisa from our department, Will Chen, Director of Student Engagement and Outreach. And really, we want to spend as much time as we can here. We try to come out a couple of times each semester. But every time I come out to Mariposa 1000, I'm like, the whole room is filled. So you might call this your annual meeting, but this to me looks like your normal meeting, because I really see all of y'all so engaged and busy throughout all the different parts of campus. So really appreciate seeing each of you. I actually want to highlight a couple of things. Today marks the last day of instruction for our students. So this is a time of great anticipation where finals are coming up. There's about a week until maybe 500, 600 of our food pantry users are going to be graduating. So we'll be sending them off in just a couple of days. But it's also like this time when our families, right, our students' families are eagerly anticipating too. Imagine putting your kid through college, and now they've gone through the 4 or 5 years, finishing their undergrad, their master's, their doctoral programs, and this is it. There's a week left. That's how we feel right now. And it's a really special moment. All 3,000 of them who have come and shopped at the food pantry this year, we're getting to see about a quarter of them graduate. It hasn't always been easy for each of them. And each week I've actually been meeting with this student named Colton, who is a master's student here. He's been taking classes like program, language principles, algorithms and paradigms, research methodology, and machine learning. So really hardworking student, very smart. Graduated magna cum laude from undergrad, and I'm so proud of what he's accomplished. He's really finished this semester strong, while also at the same time continuing to struggle with food insecurity. And he's asked me to actually share a little bit about what he has experienced in his journey here at Sac State. And he comes to the food pantry every Friday. He attends all of our free groceries pop-ups, and I've helped him work through his appeals case for CalFresh. So here's what he shared with me that I want to highlight today. It means the world to me and my family having access to this food pantry as we have now for 3 years. Since, quite frankly, without it, we would have starved. It's made a world's worth of a difference to know that not only do I have to not worry about food scarcity, but those in my family who have the same fears get to have that lessened in their own lives. We're not anywhere near prosperous or flourishing yet, but not having to worry about the bare essentials in our everyday lives is an unspoken blessing. This this is the work that we do together, right? It's village building work. None of us does it in isolation. So Renaissance Society and the ASI all together have been working together for almost 10 years. This fall will mark 10 years of us working together to build and support our students. And this all started with the tradition of passing out the brown paper envelopes. And that tradition is still going strong. I'm here to thank each of you for giving, because whether it's been through this weekly online donations or in your seminars when your class instructors come to your first Fridays of the month and ask, hey, who would like to chip in $5, $10? It's moments like these where I've actually been able to meet so many of you and start to recognize your names, because I'm the one who's sending out the thank you letters and really getting a chance to come say hi during the Friday seminars. Together, and here's the numbers I want to share with you. Together, since July 2024, Renaissance has raised $11,660 through online giving, $24,000 and $600 through First Friday cash donations and brown paper envelopes, for a whopping total of $36,000 and $260 since July. So congratulations. In fact, last November, we held our first ever Friendsgiving feast, helping students staying in town who wanted to make new friends and get to share a turkey and all the fixins sort of gathering, a sit-down meal. We held this buffet-style gathering. And during this month-long campaign, Renaissance Society raised $6,317 to cover our expenses for the event. And this is 82.2% of all the donations made during this campaign. So really, big round of applause to each of you. Now, for the surprise. Uh-huh, uh-huh. We went all out this year for y'all. Every little gem on this Golden Plate Award was hand glued. And that's how much each of you means to us. So on behalf of the ASI Food Pantry, we just want to thank you so much. And we want to congratulate you on winning this year's Golden Plate Award. We'll do.
Okay, very quick. Carol? Carol is our volunteer services committee chair, and she's the one who helps us track all those numbers. So, Ryan, thank you very much, and Carol, thank you very much. Thanks, Ryan. Nice job.
Okay, Mike.
Love that.
One photo for Mike really quick.
Thank you.
And now,
Brian, plate, what does that mean? Why are we getting that plate?
you're getting the Golden Plate Award because Renaissance Society as a group has raised the largest total cumulative donations for Friendsgiving feast. So during the month of October 1st through November 1st, that's the time when we're fundraising to be able to pay for whether it's Thanksgiving food baskets, which was a tradition that we did for many years until we heard from our students that they were actually looking for community, not just food, but community and the ability to build relationships. that's what we kind of made that pivot to. So we were kind of listening to our students and saying, what can we do to support you? But I'm also happy to share, I hope that answers your question. Thanks for asking. Also happy to share that over this year, since this is a recap message, we've also successfully connected Renaissance Society members to our partners and our campus connections. And this is one of the things that we want to bring as one of our strengths, being based here on this campus. During the winter season, we know how abundant those fruit trees get, the orange, citrus, and all of that. And so we've actually connected Soil-Born Farms harvest teams to go out and to help harvest. So really from those top branches, if you don't want to get on top of your roof or your ladder, we're here to help. And we've also helped to spread the word directly with our campus departments and colleagues about the Renaissance Society scholarships for our students. So that way our colleagues can more directly outreach to our students. So really, as we look to 2026, we have a few save the dates that we want to share, some special opportunities that we want to invite you to. We are looking for Renaissance Society members who may be, one, interested in teaching a recipe for each month of September through May. So if you have a recipe that you'd like to share with our students, we're looking for folks to host a cooking demo, and that's we're going to have that here on campus, but we'll buy materials, and it's just an opportunity for you to be able to connect. We're looking for gardening advice as we continue to cultivate the Cap Radio Garden. During the summer, all of their interns and all of their fellows go on break. So we sub in and we step up and we say, how can we help? And so we're looking for more gardening advice because this is something that's related to what we do on a day-to-day, but we're looking for years and years of experience to kind of build off of what grows well in Sacramento. Last two things, we are looking for help for our upcoming Thanksgiving and winter break related events. And this is really to help our international and parenting students. So if you're interested, please reach out. And then lastly, most importantly, please continue to be campus ambassadors in talking about hunger, the stigma of shopping at food pantries and using food banks, and really be advocates in what we can do in our communities to reduce hunger and to help those in need. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you on behalf of the ASI Food Pantry team, and congratulations on this year's award.
That was great. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. We really appreciate it. And by the way, this is our 4th consecutive Golden Plate Award. So, those of you who know me, I get very competitive over this thing. And so I have been waiting all this time since November to find out if we won this award. Okay. So, let's move on now to, excuse us, right? Yeah. We are a very generous organization. And as most of you know, we give 7 $3,000 scholarships each year for a total of $21,000. We give, each year we give about $600 to the Seth Nelson Emergency Cares Fund. And this just recently we had what we called Give Sac State Day, and we had a goal of, I think, $12,000 and 50 donors, and our Give Sac State Day, which goes to the scholarship fund, raised $15,000, and we had 62 donors. So we well exceeded our goal for that. The scholarship, which we're going to move to now, this was begun in 1993 by two gentlemen, Lou Fulton and Doug Fulton and Lou Weintraub, and we have now given $311,000 for $300,000 in scholarships to 135 students. So we can be proud of ourselves for that. And currently we have funding in an endowment to cover 3 scholarships. So our goal is to eventually endow all 7 of our scholarships. So, okay, at this point, pardon? Yes, can you advance the slide? Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay, so now it is my pleasure to welcome Jackie Lamb. Jackie is filling in for our 2 co-chairs, Lori Brownfield and Sue McGinty, who are co-chairs of our scholarship committee. And Jackie's a member of that committee. She wears lots of hats. She's the co-chair of our program committee. She's just finishing up the summer program, and she's a member of the board of directors. So please welcome Jackie Lamb.
Well, I think Deborah told the story pretty much. And right now we have 4 of the recipients here and hoping 2 more are going to show up. But at this point, I think what we'll do is go right to the video. And after that, the recipients will come down and you'll get a chance to see them live.
Our scholarship recipients represent a vibrant cross-section of the Sacramento State community. They come from a wide range of academic departments and student support programs, including those serving first-generation students, student parents, foster youth, veterans, dreamers, and individuals from diverse cultural, ethnic, and academic backgrounds. From nursing, gerontology, and physical therapy to art, audiology, and computer science, these scholars reflect the strength and spirit of our entire campus.
Argelia? Argelia. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Bianca? Yeah. Muhammad? I hope you all saw how many languages he speaks. It's amazing. Basaria. Okay, I would like the people from the scholarship committee to stand. I think there's only 2 of you here, but stand up. It's a yeoman's job. There's 3 of us, 3 of us, 4. We each read 70 applications, and the second round was we each read 40, and every single one of them deserved a scholarship. And it is the toughest read I've ever done. And I've served on scholarship committees for other organizations, but we have a student body that is in real need. And sometimes I just had to quit and walk away and take a break. And I just want us to raise more money. And before we're finished, I have one last cookie box from the scholarship committee to Deborah. And now I would like to have the state partners, Robert and Jennifer, Terrence and Rebecca, stand. I think you're it, Rebecca. She meets with us all the time and has been a great resource for us. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Jackie. Always so inspiring to see the students and their hard work. So congratulations to you all. I'm Debbie Martinez. I am on the membership committee. And this year I was leading the diversity subcommittee within the membership committee. And each year since 2017, the Renaissance Society has recognized members or community members that have worked with us to further our goals in the area of diversity for the organization. And this gives a little bit of history. It goes back to about 2017. In 2020, in those, if you'll remember those difficult times, we created our first anti-racism statement and partnered with the college in their anti-racism activities. We've been in 2021, it used to come just from the committee, and then we made it a board, an organization level award. And in 2022, we renamed it the Warren Bonta Diversity and Inclusion Award for a member who had passed away, who was a champion for diversity throughout his life. He worked with Cesar Chavez. I could do a whole hour just on Warren, and he was a member of Renaissance, and we were very lucky to have him. So we named it after him at that time. I think this year, when anything related to DEI is under attack, it feels particularly fitting that we are recognizing not 1, not 2, but 3 members of Renaissance in the community that have for this award. Slide 2. Slide 2. Oh, that's it. Okay. So the first recipient is, as Deborah said, will not be able to join us in person today. Hopefully he's there on Zoom. And his name is Phil Ho. Let me tell you a little bit about Phil. Phil arranged for a concert that he worked, all 3 of these actually recipients worked on our summer program last summer that was titled the Sacramento Celebrates Diversity Through Art, Music, Food, and Theater. And a group of members came together and brainstormed some fantastic opportunities for our members and prospective members to enjoy over the summer. And Phil brought together a concert for us of the Capitol Chinese Orchestra and a separate presentation of traditional Japanese music using ancient instruments. But beyond that, Phil has led a series of popular hikes for seasoned hikers and adding easier segments for walkers. One of his most creative events was a walking tour of downtown murals and a treasure hunt among the K Street corridor to find 7 hidden sculptures featuring Native American folk tales. So even in his avocations and hobbies within hiking and other areas, he's been able to incorporate this diversity element and celebrating our community and exposing our members to that. So we appreciate Phil for those efforts and bringing that recognition and to Renaissance. Priscilla Ochida is the former executive director of the Japanese American Citizen League. She is responsible for the first successful Japanese American reparations legislation, which is quite significant. And we are also so honored to have her work with us here at Renaissance. She has generously shared her network and her insights on ways to reach the Sacramento's diverse communities. During the summertime, she organized an incredible lunch at a local Asian restaurant with a chef that gave us background on Asian cuisine. And it was very, very well attended and quite an event, I understand. Priscilla has taught various seminars in the last year or so on the tragic and heroic history of the Japanese in the United States and locally here in Sacramento. Her seminars have included the development and destruction of Sacramento's Japantown, an unlikely hero, Mitsu Endo, and the history behind the only successful challenge to the imprisonment of Japanese Americans, as well as California reparations, Japanese Americans. So these were all significant seminars that she volunteered her time to enlighten us about, and we are extremely grateful for that. So thank you, Priscilla. Ginger Rutland is just an inspiration, what can I say? And we are so honored to have her participation in Renaissance Society this past year as well. You may know she was an award-winning reporter at KCRA Channel 3 in Sacramento and for KRON TV in San Francisco before joining the Sacramento Bee editorial board, where she remained until her retirement. With the Bee, she was a regular commentator on Capitol Public Radio. Ginger has written and produced a play, When We Were Colored, A Mother's Story, which was performed at the Renaissance Society, I believe, last year. She has given seminars, including topics such as why Black Lives Matter. So we are so fortunate to have had her expertise and contribution as well. Thank you, Ginger. Yes, Renaissance has a long ways to go to achieve our goals in the area of diversity, but I think it's it's always a journey, and I think anything that we're doing, any steps that we make, is 2 steps forward and 1 step back sometimes. But I think it's the journey that's important, and it's with partners like this that we are making progress. So thank you very much. I'd now like to invite Ginger and Priscilla up to receive their awards, and we'll take a quick photo. Thank you.
Good show. Mike's over here.
Oh, he's over. And Deborah? With this.
Thank you very much, Debbie. That was really a wonderful presentation, and thank you to Phil, to Priscilla, and to Ginger for being such wonderful contributors to our Renaissance Society. Last summer, we really did have a wonderful, really wonderful presentation on celebrating the arts in the diverse communities of Sacramento. So, okay, now it is time for us to do something a little different. We're not donning red capes. We're not going into 4 days of seclusion because we have a wonderful nominating committee. And our nominating committee, Susan, please stand up. Stand up and say, everybody, Susan Brackenhoff. Susan Brackenhoff leads our nominating committee. And this is the committee that is put together to form a slate of officers and members at large. Now, in the past, going way, way back, to elect our officers and members at large, we went to a restaurant, and that was kind of considered a poll tax, so not too popular. During COVID, we started to go online, and that worked out really quite well, except that it took us 3, 4, 5 times to get a sufficient number of members to vote to ratify the election. So we're taking a little bit out of the bylaws and saying, we can do this with your cooperation, and those on Zoom, please. We can do this by a show of hands of members present as long as we have 100 people. So at this point, we are going to ask you to ratify the following slate, and that is Deanna Hansen as our president, Ralph Palladino as our upcoming vice president, Susan Brackenhoff, our wonderful, she not only is the head of the nominating, or has been the head of the nominating committee, but she is our secretary, does wonderful minutes. Dave Ferguson, without whom we could not survive, because he is the one who controls all the money. Yeah, okay. So this is wonderful officers stepping up, and they will step up on July 1, as will our new members at large. And our new members at large are Janet Heath, Marion Shepard. Raise your hand, Marion. Marion Shepard, and Bob Silva. So we are really, really very fortunate to have these folks step up, and they are volunteers. They sacrifice a lot of time, and they contribute their talents and energy to do this work. So I invite you now, for those in favor of ratifying this slate, please raise your hand, and we're going to count. Let's see. Yeah. We have counters. We have counters in the audience here. So you've been counting, and oh, okay. All right. Okay. And how many do we have on Zoom?
44% who voted, and they're all yes.
Okay. So, okay, I think so. Congratulations. Congratulations to our wonderful board, and thank you so much. Okay. All right. And we hope that you will support this. I hope that you will support this board as you've supported me and the current board. This board will step up on July 1 per the bylaws. So the officers and members at large serve from July 1 to the following June 30th. So just so you understand that. And the terms of office for the officers are 1 year, but they can be repeated and often are. As I mean, Susan, how many terms have you already? Yeah, too many. Okay. Yeah. And then, but the members at large serve for 2 years. And so we really do appreciate that. And you can help our board members by volunteering, by continuing your philanthropy, by all the things you do to participate, by leading seminars, by stepping up and offering to teach. You can support the board and this whole organization. So thank you very much. What's this special bulletin?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Good afternoon, Renaissance members. Are you ready for an inspiring mission? It's time to honor our secret agent of success, Deborah Seiler. For 3 incredible years, she has skillfully navigated the challenges before us, collaborating on groundbreaking ideas for our group and sharing a wealth of wisdom. No repelling was needed, but we had a hunch that she was always prepared. Forthcoming is a dossier of the Impossible Mission Force, codename Board of Directors. Once again, thank you for your leadership, and let's praise and honor your achievements.
Hi, Deborah. As you're stepping down in June after 3 full years as Renaissance Society President, I'd just like to express my deepest appreciation and gratitude and respect for all that you've done for our organization during your term. As you know, I've been a member of Renaissance for 13 years, and I served on the board itself for about 6 years. And I can honestly say that in my experience, you've been among the best, if not the best president to serve our lifelong organization during this time. I have the greatest respect for you, Deborah, and for all that you have done for our organization, and I look forward to sharing time and working together with you for many more years to come.
Deborah, it has been a sincere pleasure to work with you these past few years. We are so impressed by and deeply appreciative of all the time and effort you have put in to guide and support the Renaissance Society.
Thank you for your tireless efforts in leading us.
And thank you, Deborah, for your support and help over the past few years for all of us and for me too.
From the office, thank you.
Hey, Deborah. I'd like to express my gratitude for all of your hard work. Your commitment to the Renaissance Society is exceptional. I know you've worked on as a president for 3 years, and that's quite an achievement. Also, I wanted to thank you for your help in getting me oriented on the executive committee and the board itself. That was very greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Okay. Dear Deborah, it is such a pleasure to have served under you for all this time. You've been an incredible leader, a wise president. You have such a generous spirit. You're dedicated to the max, kind-hearted with fortitude and foresight, and you're my friend.
Hello, Deborah. It's Mike Agron, and I'm just here as one of many to thank you for everything you've done. Your leadership has been phenomenal. I wish you the best. I look forward to seeing you in the fall. And now maybe that you're not running this organization, you'll have some time to take some of my classes. Thanks, Deborah. Congratulations. Bye for now.
Hi, Deborah. I just want to say thank you for the last 3 years that you've been vice president and president. It's really been kind of a wild ride coming out of the pandemic slump, but you've built our membership up. You've added programming to increase our diversity and inclusions, and that's been wonderful. I really appreciate your support and great leadership as the scholarship chair. And most of all, I'm so thankful to have you as my friend. Best wishes for some free time in the future.
Hey, Deborah, congratulations on finishing your 3-year term as president. I always felt that your superpower was your ability to persuade people to do something that maybe they weren't so sure they wanted to do. But your true superpower is that you believe so sincerely in your heart about what you're asking people to do, and that's your real superpower. So congratulations on keeping us going, and I hope you enjoy your time off.
Deborah, congratulations. Wonderful, wonderful 3 years. And thank you so much personally for being patient with me, for showing me the way, and for being a great role model. Please enjoy this next year.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Not only did you get one dean singing your praises, you get two deans singing your praises. Woo! We thought for fun we'd go through words that come to mind when we think of Deborah Seiler. I'll start. Gracious, leader, present, giving, involved, advocate, mover and shaker, committed, caring, inclusive, active, community builder, professional, organized, and all around badass. Congratulations. I think we can say that as deans. Oops. In seriousness, though, as the people who work so closely with Renaissance and having years of working with presidents, I want to congratulate you on an incredible run. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Deborah. You are a true superhero. You fly in to save the day with inspiration, and you always know how to connect the right people to get the job done. Your powers are extraordinary, and you have made the Renaissance Society a better organization. It has been a pleasure to serve with you on the board.
Wasn't that terrific?
Yeah.
This was all due to Mike Pidd. And I just wanted to say personal thanks and present you with this. I know you want to talk to, and you can, but I wanted to make sure that you saw this first. How you're going to get it home, we have no idea. That's not our problem. We got it here. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deanna. Okay. So now I'm supposed to talk after all of that. You know, you're asking a lot here. So, okay, but thank you very much. It's really been a pleasure and an honor to serve this wonderful organization. And I know we have a very fabulous team going forward. Go ahead.
Where's the Zoom audience? So
Oh,
give me a second.
okay. Let's take care of our Zoom audience. Thank you all on Zoom for voting. Okay. So we're coming to the end of another very successful year, and thanks to the membership committee, to Deanna, to Susan, to everybody who serves on the membership committee, we stand at 1,810 members. So we're slightly up from last year. So congratulations to all of you. We have 70 honor. You know, we're an old group. You know, we've got 70 people who are over the age of 90 and up. So yeah, okay, take care of them, right? When you see them on campus, take care of them. One of the things that we have done over the past 3 years is we've started collecting demographic information. We hadn't done that before. And that's really, I think, opening our eyes to the need to increase the diversity, to get younger people in our organization. And so those are some of the things that we really have to focus on going forward. And I know this board is going to bring a lot of energy to that. So everybody now say June 2nd. Yeah, okay. June 2nd is when our membership portal opens. So we close it towards the end of May or toward mid-May, I guess. And we then open it up on June 2nd for people to renew their membership. We do have a slight dues increase this year. We had to face reality after 7 years of no dues increase. We're now asking you for the princely sum of $120 for an entire year. So I think that's going to be affordable, and if it's not, we do have membership scholarships. So please remember to renew your membership on June 2nd, and if you can, if it's comfortable, we also ask, because our dues really cover all of our expenses, and we don't have any other source of income. So if you're able, when you renew your membership, to give a little something extra, $5, 25, whatever it is, if you can do that, that's a big help to our organization. And Dave Ferguson will be very happy if you do that. Okay, so thank you. All right. But for that $100 in the past, $120 going forward, look at what we get. We had 71 seminars, 116 single presentations, all these shared interest groups that do anything from knit together to speak French, to read the books and the recorder, 51 shared interest groups, 8 community presentations out in the libraries. I hope we can expand that in the future, and 24 forum presentations. And as we have been since the pandemic, we are now Monday through Thursday on Zoom and on campus on Fridays. So it's really, and when you think about it, when you step back and think about what we do, it's really pretty incredible. And one of the things that we have been talking about is kind of intergenerational contact and the issue of loneliness among seniors, among young people. And we have wonderful opportunities to mentor students in the gerontology department, and I'm hoping, I haven't heard yet, but I'm hoping that we're going to be able to participate with the physical therapy department, and they're going to see how it's kind of embarrassing, you know, how far we can walk in 6 minutes, and if we can go up the stairs without using the handrail, and if we can do squats, you know, it's that kind of thing, but it's a lot of fun. And thanks to Carol Baraki, raise your hand, Carol, we have engaged. Yes. We have engaged our members in ushering for the student performances. And if you've not done that, it is wonderful. I mean, these performances, they're fabulous. So the ushering opportunities are just really incredible. And I'm going to go now that once I step down. I don't step down until June 30th, but when I step down, I'm going to the audiology department and get my hearing checked. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. And then, of course, as Ryan and the members of the food pantry mentioned, we have lots of opportunities to actually volunteer physically with the food pantry. So there's plenty for us to do here on campus in addition to just supporting the students financially. Okay, so thank you again to Jackie Lamb and to Rick and Alice Lowe. And yes, Rick and Alice and Jackie have put together a fabulous summer program for us. Our very first one is going to be Broadway on Tour. It's a presentation from the Music Circus people. And then we're going to get a lecture and tour of the Crocker Art Museum. So this is all going live today in about 10 minutes. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, you're going to be able to sign up for these programs. And there's a little bit of capacity. I'm sorry? On Eventbrite. Thank you, Amber. Amber keeps me straight. Amber, I couldn't do this without Amber. Okay. And then we have a behind-the-scenes presentation at the Sacramento Ballet. I mean, this is really pretty amazing when you think about it. Stan Padilla, who has been a former forum speaker for us, is going to talk about Walls That Speak. He's a muralist, as some of you already know. And then we're going to have an Arts and Artificial Intelligence by Diego Bonilla. And I, for one, am very curious as to what that's going to be about. And so the next slide is we're furthering our partnerships that Deanna, Jackie, and others have really fostered with some of these local organizations, arts organizations, and we're going to get a behind-the-scenes tour of the B Street Theater. Our Diversity and Inclusion Award recipient Phil Ho is going to do a repeat of his walking tour. This will be limited to about 20 people, a walking tour of downtown, and then he takes you down along Capitol Mall, which seems like an unseemly place to go, but trust me, it's really great because you're going to find those hidden sculptures. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to go backstage to Capitol Stage. So again, we never stop, do we? We never sleep. We're always going. But remember, our summer program is free and open to the public. So bring your friends. It's a great way to recruit people and just have a good time. So thank you very much. So coming up, we have, well, this is today at 4 o'clock. You can, when you go home from here, first go have cookies, right? And then when you go home, enroll for those summer programs and encourage your friends to do that as well. Our membership opens what day? Thank you. Yep, thank you. And then we will pretty soon in August, here we go. We're going to have those at a glance mail. We'll get our fall catalog posted and we'll be off and running for the fall semester. Don't forget the orientation open house will be August 8th. And that's always a really fun and educational event. And then August 11th, we can enroll in those programs, and our classes begin September 2nd. So, I mean, here we are ending up this semester, but we're already looking forward to a fabulous additional year. Okay. I would be totally remiss. Thank you for the tribute from the office staff, but really the tribute is mine and ours to our wonderful office staff. Amber keeps us Amber really keeps us going, and Sandy and Lorraine. Lorraine is actually our senior clerk, but she really helps she's dedicated to the program committee and does a wonderful job. And Sandy is just all around helpful with anything we ever need. So thank you to our fabulous office staff. And with that, I mean, I can't believe we're actually early. Yeah, we're usually, are the cookies here? Okay, good. I was told to drag this out if they were baking the cookies. They're fresh. That's
coming in about 10 minutes.
They're fresh out of the oven. So we're going to go over, but I just wanted to say that was a very moving tribute. Thank you. And but I will continue on the board. I'll be past president. I'll continue in Renaissance, and it's my pleasure to be part of this organization. But I do want to leave you with the thought that, every challenge is an opportunity. We have opportunities to increase our membership, to diversify our membership. We want to promote volunteerism within our ranks, and we want to be really ever more welcoming to new and returning members. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate everything you've done, and I look forward to seeing you this summer and in the fall. Thank you so much.